Alright, this deck is great already. I'm a big fan. So we're going to lead off with an Oath of Nissa. Oath of Nissa can find a creature, land, or planeswalker, and we're probably going to be looking for a land here. Or we could just get a Dumb Protector. Dumb Protector works too. We've got an Elvish Visionary and a Traverse the Ulvenwald. If we're ever worried about that, having flood mana. Which we aren't, obviously. Perfect. I think we're just gonna play that and run out the Visionary. Oath of Jace is kind of nice because we can potentially get Delirium for our Traverse. So Jace is going away. That's super unfortunate because I was just about to say I think Jace might be decent against Black-White. But we have Oath, so we can do something with that for sure. One thing that this deck doesn't play that I see in a lot of lists is Kiora. I think that having access to things like Reflector Mage is pretty important. So I think Oath is just better. Oh, okay. Well, opponent took Oath. In that case, I think playing attacking with Elvish Visionary. My opponent saw the possibility of being able to Oath and get Delirium for Traverse really easily. They did not see that we have this Descend upon the Sinful though, which is nice. Please don't kill it. Alright, that was a risk of playing the Gem Protector. So we're gonna play Oath here. Oath is nice because it puts an enchantment in the graveyard, as well as cycling. Nissa Vastwood Seer is a great one. So, I mean, I don't particularly want another land. So we're gonna use Nissa to get our 5th land. Traverse right now is probably going to have to find a white source. Our opponent might play like Thought-Knot Seer, or they could have a Ruinous Path, which is why they aren't worried about Jace at all. Those are both possibilities. Although if they have Ruinous Path, that puts another card type in the graveyard for Traverse. I'm not okay, Gideon, that's fine. There's another card type. I'm actually pretty happy to minus to kill the knight and then have my creatures attack Gideon. I think I just have the Nissa attack Gideon actually. So that I can keep my Elvish Visionary back to block. Languish. Okay, never mind. Jace is just getting wrecked. So I'm gonna play Evolving Wilds. And because cracking it for a plains, I think, makes sense. If I get a mountain, I will be able to traverse for Dragonlord Atarka, but I don't have the mana to cast it. Or I'd be able to traverse for another white source. Which I have like Canopy Vista and a couple Prairie streams. I could traverse for another Nissa. That actually seems good. I think I want to be able to play the I want to be able to play the Reflector Mage. Why haven't I drawn any of these yet? just gonna get a Descend upon the Sinful. A Plains to play Descend upon the Sinful. And I'm not casting Traverse right now, because next turn I can cast it and get a white source if I need to, and then cast Descend upon the Sinful. And I'd like a little bit more information before I figure out what I'm doing. Okay. Another Gideon. Okay. Alright. Guess we'll open this first. Alright, that made this Traverse the Ulvenwald a little bit better, I think. I could play Descend upon the Sinful and then be able to attack Gideon. I kind of like that, actually. Gets rid of my opponent's pressure, and I'm keeping Traverse on board because Crush of Tentacles is a thing that, you know, we need. Alright, ultimate price. So much for pressuring Gideon. So I'm going to Traverse here. I don't know what I'm getting. It might just be Nissa. I actually like getting Nissa quite a bit. We'll see if my opponent has another removal spell. There's a good chance that they do. Alright. Playing out my land still, because first of all, my opponent knows that I have it, and second of all, playing multiple spells in one turn is something that this deck wants to do quite a bit. Although, Oath of Jace kind of contends that a little bit. Well, still can't beat Gideon ever. I'm gonna, now that I have just infinite mana, what is this? Secure the Wastes. I think that's enough. I could have played Reflector Mage and blocked. Oh, I'm just taking 6. That's fine. I could still be live if I draw Crush of Tentacles or an Evolving Wilds. That works too. Alright. Well, sequencing was a little awkward. Yeah. So Linvala is something that I like. Negates are very good. Dragonlord Dromoka is also good. I think Crush of Tentacles is only a value play against this opponent. So I can cut a couple of those. And then Descend upon the Sinful wasn't very good either. Alright. Yeah, that's reasonable. Now we've got a lot of just big creatures, which I think is where we want to be in this matchup. Big, hard to deal with creatures, rather. We are once more on the play, and, yeah, I think I can keep this. We're gonna be getting a white source, probably, and then maybe a red source. Not being able to Traverse for Atarka to try and slow down Gideon was kind of rough. I could play an Evolving Wilds. Yeah, I guess it's probably best. The reason that I could keep Evolving Wilds around is to represent Negate. Elvish Visionary. Hopefully, something. Could have cast Oath of Jace too, but I think. Alright. Double Elvish Visionary. Got there. I think putting a creature down is pretty important. Alright. Especially since I can Elvish Visionary and pulled up Negate. Which is obviously the plan the whole time. Alright, Anticipate is a good draw too, because it allows us to decide whether we whether we want to cast Negate without worrying about wasting our mana for the turn. Yeah, that's dying. Gideon's probably the reason that. Gideon's probably the reason that our opponent casts Ultimate Price so aggressively. These cards are all very good. I'm gonna discard a Descend Upon the Sinful, and I think Reflector Mage? Is that right? Alright, be fine. We can anticipate into hopefully another Negate or something. I like Negates. Otherwise, like an appropriately colored land might be fine. Or a spell I can cast alongside Explosive Vegetation is probably, like, ideal. Which is why I like Negate. Because, well, we have 4 card types, so Traverse the Ulvenwald can get a lot of good things. I might take it just to protect my Dragonlord Atarka. I actually like that quite a bit. Yeah, Traverse has some utility that I think I like more than I like casting Dragonlord Atarka right now. I could just be talking myself out of it. Well, hello there. I can't attack. I think I want to just slam Dragonlord Dromoka. But hitting my land drops is pretty important. Oh, you know what? They're probably playing Secure the Waste. I think I'm fine playing Dragonlord Dromoka then. Because if their plan is to Secure the Waste and then play Gideon and make an emblem, for example, I think that having a Dragonlord, or, ooh, gosh. That's gonna be a pain too. I could traverse into. Oh no, I don't have to worry about this yet. I could traverse into Den Protector, is what I think I want to do. Yep. Opponent can't really attack right now. Like, any attack they make is going to be mana negative. Or not mana negative. Life negative, but only to a small degree. I don't have the second white source that I need yet. So I think I want to cast Explosive Vegetation. Another white source, and then another blue source. Another white source is important for Linvala as well. I think I start racing now. Just because I think I'm safe if I traverse for a Den Protector, because Den Protector will allow me to, for example, rebuy Traverse the Ulvenwald if I need something that is not Den Protector. Gideon, sure. Good old double emblem. Yep. So I have enough mana to play Den Protector, flip it, get back to send, but doesn't do a whole lot. I guess I could. Let's see, I'm taking 12. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Nissa. Yes. Get a land. Play a land, flip Nissa. Play Den Protector. And then make it a Shia. And we're still racing. I guess I don't really need a Descend upon the Sinful right now, huh? I could get back just Traverse and get a Dragonlord Atarka and kill one warrior. Also useful. This could be like a Sorin. Or another Gideon. Nah, it's definitely Sorin. Alright, Sorin can't kill Dragonlord Dromoka. I can kill either my Morph or my Shia, which is fine. But if it does that, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. I could also kill Nissa. I'm not gonna block, I think, because I want to be able to kill Sorin. Elvish Visionary is gonna go on the bottom. Plus Nissa. Part the Waterveil was a great draw. Let's see. 6, that's 9 mana, 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Okay. My opponent saw the part the Waterveil. Alright. The Descend upon the Sinful is not a card that I want in this deck. Why are you in here? I'd rather have a Crush of Tentacles, and I think it's just better as Tireless Tracker. Tireless Tracker is also better than Elvish Visionary. Let's do that. Welcome back. I think we keep this. Reflector Mage, probably not at its best in this matchup, but we're certainly fine here. Having a Part the Waterveil in our opening hand is a little bit awkward. I think I just put Forest and Pass. Like, we can play Prairie Stream untapped whenever we want. Ooh, double Part the Waterveil. Playing a Planeswalker so that I can untap, play Prairie Stream and bounce something. I can just play Prairie Stream and hold up Negate. That's perfect. I'm fine playing the Forest here. Next turn I can untap, play Tireless Tracker, play land, get a clue, hold up Negate, read the bones. That's fine. Especially since we have Negate, and we have a plan for our next turn anyway. Tracker. Like I said, Reflector Mage probably not at its best in this matchup. Sometimes black-white will side in with Thought-Knot Seers, though. So I think it's a reasonable thing to do. If I didn't draw the Negate, there's a good chance that I would have just played Tireless Tracker in order to start threatening my opponent. Although having Shambling Mid makes Tireless Tracker or Reflector Mage a lot less of a threat. My opponent's like, does she have the gate? That's probably not. They're probably not that uncertain about it. Battlefield Forge is another indication that they are on the sideboard into Eldrazi like Thought-Knot Seer and Reality Smasher Plan. Or Displacer. Eldrazi Displacer will also do it. My opponent started tapping 6 mana, and I got really worried, like, oh, come on, Linvala, really? Ooh, Traverse is nice. One card type in my graveyard right now. I think... I could Traverse for another blue source and start chaining part the Waterveils. This is assuming, mind you, that my opponent does not have any removal for this Tireless Tracker. I'd like to draw a card with Tireless Tracker. So I think I'm going to do that first. Anticipate was a reasonable draw. Which means I think, well, I'm going to draw another card here. Negate. Nissa is a good one too, though. Nissa is a good way to, especially if our opponent uses their removal on Tireless Tracker this turn. This is a good way to pull ahead in these matchups, because they're kind of icky. Coletus. Sure. They could have any number of kill spells here. There is path? Alright. I could take a Linvala. Linvala is nice. Could also get a Den Protector. I think it's just Linvala. And cast a Linvala. Nissa can't really defend herself right now. I think I'll just play Linvala and probably Traverse for a blue source at some point in the near future. Like, no, I couldn't. I don't have Delirium. Never mind. Linvala plus token is a pretty good beatdown plan as well. Playing Tireless Tracker into Nissa is kind of neat. As we get our clue. Our value clue right away. I could have also Reflector Maged Coletus and not missed my land drop. That is something that I really should have considered. Alright, well, please don't kill it. Yeah, playing Reflector Mage. Okay, Reflector Mage, real good against Coletus. BGW. Playing Reflector Mage into Nissa, flipping Nissa, and then casting Traverse for a second blue source for part the Waterveil would have been really good. Yeah, we're sorry, folks. Just gotta slow it down a little bit. Opponent attacking with Kalitas. I think I can take this. Opponent can sacrifice the zombie. And if they do that, we're very happy because that means there's one less thing to deal with on the table. Prairie was a good draw. I think I Reflector Mage the Kalitas first. This means that if they have any removal, they're going to cast it now. It doesn't appear that they do, however. That's really weird. Playing Nissa. I don't have to find a blue source anymore, which is nice. Play that. Flip my Nissa. Plus first. Elvish Visionary is a nice draw. I'm going to traverse for a mountain. This one's still on the warrior plan. Okay. Gideon, Emblem, Shambling Wind. So opponent can realistically kill Nissa. That's fine. Having access to multiple Partha Waterveils makes me feel a little bit more confident about my ability to close out the game, though. Especially if my opponent takes the line of kill you. Which means ignoring Nissa, basically. Which normally I wouldn't blame them for doing. Alright. Just grasped my Reflector Mage, okay. Alright, so they are planning on killing Nissa. That's just fine. The one card in their hand we know is Kalitas, so this Prairie stream should lock it up for us. Because we've got this Linvala. Cool, we got there. I'll see you guys in round 2.